Hello and welcome to episode 13 of my Football Manager 16 beta save. This is Kev and I'm still just about manager of Tottenham Hotspur. They're really patient actually, this club. Bearing in mind we're 13 games into the season now, it's the start of December, we're down in 11th place. Yeah, we're still in the cups, we've just had the draw for the semi-final of the Capital One Cup. We've finished second in our group for the Europa League, but I don't know. I feel like they probably should have sacked me by now, because we are languishing in the bottom half of the table, having spent 150 odd million in the summer. Is that how much we spent? Yeah, 154 million in the summer. Plus, I've been sulking and not letting our star player get in the side, apart from for the last few games, which I'll get to in a second. So they're remarkably patient. They're letting me do things my way. I'm really hopeful that I'm going to be able to repay that faith. I think we're starting to turn things around. Later in the episode, I've got a live com against Fulham. I would like to ask up front, if you are enjoying the series, if you could pop a like on there for me, that would be fantastic. I always forget to ask at the start of the episode, but the more likes we can get, the better. I'd love to get the all the episodes in this series up to at least 20 likes. It'd make me feel good, and I like feeling good. And obviously get involved in the comments. Let me know how you think things are going, what you'd be doing differently, what you've liked, what you haven't liked. All feedback is going to go towards my new series, Non-League to Legend, which starts in just a few days' time now. So subscribe to the channel as well to make sure you don't miss out on that one. But if we have a look through the games since you were last with me, which I believe, it was for the Man City ball draw, wasn't it? The 0-0. Nobody really had a chance all game long, but at least we got good at defending. 0-0 draw. If only I'd done the next game. I was torn between which of these two games I should do as a live com, because the next game we had was away to Arsenal in the North London derby, and I thought, they're both good games to live com. I certainly don't want to do two in a row. That makes for me, when I'm watching YouTube videos about Football Manager, I get a bit bored if the games are all too close together. I like to see some progress over the season between the live coms. But which one do we do? Which one we do? In the end, I went for the Man City one, but of course I should have gone for the Arsenal game, because it was just a cracking game. We won 4-3 in the end away from home, still using our new sort of short passing, high tempo game. Really shows the difference in quality the opposition makes to how the system works with regard to dominating the game and creating chances, because this is exactly the same team playing in the same way as the team that had been dominating teams just a few games earlier. The possession stats were reversed, the shots created stats were reversed, so we just came against a really good team. And remember, Arsenal won the league last season. The North London derby last year ended with Arsenal being crowned Premier League champions at full time. So wasn't really expecting too much out of this game. Thought it was pretty much going to a script when Alexis Sanchez scored after 24 minutes. But then Harry Kane reminded me that he's a player who exists. I had actually played him from the start in this game. Kind of lost patience with Robin van Persie a little bit. Needed to choke things up after the 0-0 against Man City. And obviously Harry Kane does score a lot of goals. He scored a lot of goals for us last season. He hadn't been great this season up until this point. But this game marked his return to form. He actually ended up picking up the Premier League Player of the Month award for November. I got the Premier League Manager of the Month award for November. So there's pictures all over the newspapers of me and Harry Kane celebrating arm in arm, best of friends. He has had another private meeting with me this month as well to ask for a transfer to Man United in January, and I said, you know what, Harry, of course you can. Just score plenty of goals for us between now and then. So he got one against Arsenal. Arsenal did go 2-1 up before half-time though, and then it kind of all went quiet for a little while, at which point I did something I haven't really been doing in FM16, and I switched to an attacking mentality, and suddenly we scored 3 goals in 10 minutes. We went 4-2 up. They did equalise with a cracking Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain goal right before the end, but as soon as the fourth went in, we switched back to counter-attacking. And yeah, we've kind of robbed Arsenal. They dominated us, but who cares? We won 4-3. That's awesome. And now I know that switching up mentality is a thing that I can do. I remember trying to do this early on in FM16, and every time I came away from counter, um, we'd get hammered. But I don't know, perhaps things have changed. Perhaps now the team are a little bit more used to me, or because I've got more of a reputation in the game, they pay a bit more attention now. Or there could have been a patch that has been out this week and I haven't been paying attention, and they fixed those early issues with the game. So we then went into the Europa League game with Feyenoord, another game where, similar to the Man City game, nothing really happened for most of it. But then it all kind of exploded in the last 10 minutes. Danny Rose put us 1-0 up. They then equalised, and Chadley responded immediately to make it 2-1. That put us top of our Europa League group. It confirmed qualification for us as well. As you can see, we played some of the backup players in this match as well. And it was nice to get qualification sewn up with a game to go. We then played Liverpool in the league, away to Liverpool, live on TV again. Harry Kane getting a couple of goals again. This is why he got Player of the Month. Liverpool are a pretty good side, but we matched them possession-wise. We created more shots than they did, and we were just in control of that game. It was a little bit of a scare when it went to 1-1 after 81 minutes, but Kane got another goal right at the end to make it 2-1. Most disappointing thing about this game was that Christian Eriksen broke his foot, and is now out for the next 4 months. So we're kind of without our creative spark. We've got Eric Lamela and Robin van Persie as options who can play in that advanced midfielder role, but Eriksen's certainly going to be missed. That's a bit of a blow. It's pretty much the only place we don't have really deep levels of cover, apart from central midfield as well. But what's his name? Tom Carroll has now completed his training to become a defensive midfielder. So we've got a backup to Witsel as a deep line playmaker now as well. So we're even developing a little bit of depth in central midfield. But Eriksen's probably the one player, if I had to pick anyone, that I wouldn't have wanted a long-term injury to. So to see him out for 4 months with a broken foot is potentially going to be a bit of a problem for us. And then into the last game of this little spell, we were away to Monaco in the Europa League. We'd already qualified. We stuck the reserves out. We actually went 1-0 up after about 20 seconds with yet another Harry Kane goal. That's 3 games in a row he's scored in now. But then Monaco, with their full strength side and needing to win to guarantee qualification from the group, just took control of the game. Falcao got a couple of goals. Moutinho got a goal. Djordjevic got a goal. We pulled one back right at the end. By this point, we were on overload because I'm tweaking all those little bits now. But yeah, I'm not that bothered. We were never really in it, but then we were never really trying to be in it. And that brings us to today. We're at home to Fulham. If we have a look at the team, I think I've actually remembered to select the team this time, unlike in the last episode. Yeah, so this is the team that we're going to be going for. We're pretty settled in this back 6 now, with Loris as well. If they're fit, these players play. They really are tightening things up defensively for us. Really happy with how we're lining up defensively. I would like, as the season goes on, to start pushing the midfielders a little bit further forward again as some confidence comes back into the team. I don't like having 2 holding midfield players on the pitch, but it stopped the rot with all the goals that were going in. So for the time being, until we start marching up the league and starting to put 3, 4, 5 goals past teams, I'm going to keep it like this. And yes, I know that probably means we're not going to start scoring 3, 4, 5 goals past teams, but at least we're not losing anymore. That's the main thing. Attacking wise, Harry Kane's got a start. He's in great form. He's still unhappy. He's slightly less unhappy because I've promised him he can go to Man United in January. I'm still going to wait for at least 30 or 40 million for him though. And Eric Lamela's just going to slot into the position that Christian Eriksen has been playing in. I am going to start the match on control, which is something I haven't done since those early days of the first season on FM16, where we were still playing attacking. So it's the first time we've gone into a game playing anything other than counter for well over a year of game time. So it could backfire, who knows. Yes, Sunderland have sacked Sam Allardyce. Who cares? Danny Rose is playing. That's more important. And yeah, let's go and show that we can play a controlled system, and let's go and stick a few goals past Fulham. I should probably give the midfielders the same speech. If we score a load of goals today, you can go and play a bit further forward next week. That's my pre-match team talk that they've had. So Son's got the ball out wide there. Are we getting a proper highlight? No, that was just the typical kick-off highlight that we always get. I'd like to think, playing control, we're going to get a few more highlights in this match. I'm very conscious of the fact the last live com was really dull because nothing happened. I don't want another 0-0. But we're 10 minutes in and the only highlight we've had is the kick-off. It's so frustrating as well because we are playing lovely football now. We're passing well. We've got 85% passing, pass success rate. We are passing the ball a lot. We're getting up well into the 400 passes per game range, which is good as far as I'm concerned. We're tackling well. We're heading well. We are creating chances. We've had 7 shots after 18 minutes. The only thing we're not really doing is getting shots on target. Look, we're dominating possession as well. We're over 60% possession after 20 minutes. You'd think a team with Harry Kane up front and Eric Lamela behind him and Mertens and Son on the wings, you'd think that team could get some shots on target every once in a while. But they just seem to need to be in the mood for it, and perhaps they're not today. But I'm speaking too soon. Lamela's picked up the ball. He's found Mertens, and Mertens with a good shot there. That could have easily been a goal, and that's marked up as a clear-cut chance. Mertens with the corner now. Can he get to it and get it back in? No, he can't. But there you go. We've had our first clear-cut chance after 20 minutes. Would have been nice for Mertens to be able to apply a finish to that. But it's encouraging. We've already had 12 shots now. We're averaging a shot every 2 minutes in this game. If we carry on like that, we're going to end up with 45 shots. We're obviously creating a lot, although they're not coming up in the highlights for some reason. So does that mean we're just shooting from wide? What I might need to do, I won't put you through it on a live com, but perhaps in my next offline game, I might watch the game on extended highlights just to see where all these shots are coming from. Because to have 12 shots but only have, 2 of them come up in the highlights suggests they were never really threatening a goal. So are we just hitting it from miles out, and that's why we're not really getting anything on target, and that's why we're not scoring a lot of goals, because we need to be focusing more on working the ball into the box. That might be something I need to have a look at. But that being said, I'm pretty sure we have the instruction, work ball into the box. Set on there, I'll check it at half time. I won't pause the game now just before half time. But we've had 14 shots in this half for a team that I'm certain have been told to work the ball into the box. So you would expect, there's perhaps 3 or 4 shots from the edge of the area at making up that number. But I would expect that a team that have been told to work the ball into the box, for them to have 14 shots and a half, work ball into the box. That must be getting close to double figures for shots from within the penalty area. How are we not testing the goalkeeper more? I don't understand. Does the new Prozone stuff tell us anything about where shots are coming in from? I don't really know how to use any of that yet. I've not experimented with it. Where does Prozone live? This is something I need to have a look at offline as well, probably. Analysis. It'll be in there, won't it? Shots. There we go. That's exactly what I want to see. So, who's having the shots? Harry Kane's had 5. Mertens and Lamela 3 each. Witsel 2 and Sully 2. Does it show us where they've appeared from? Do we have to click on the players? Right, so it's just showing where they're going. It's not showing where they're coming from. So we are getting a lot of shots on target. Why are we not scoring? Right, Prozone. If you're listening, Prozone people, I want you to show me where they're coming from, not where they're ending up. That's a far less useful visual for me than showing me where on the pitch they're coming from would be. But oh no, we don't want to leave that on. Hold on, let's go back to the pitch. Full pitch view. Let's get on with the second half. I'll stop moaning and try not to overanalyse too much. Hopefully we'll score 5 goals in the second half, and I'll forget any of this ever happened. So we're still dominating possession. We're over 250 shots at half time as well. Not shots, 250 passes at half time. So we're on course for a 500 pass game when we're in the 80s for pass completion rate as well. We're just playing very well everywhere apart from applying that finish. Which again, it's why I know that Kane's had a few good games, but I can't help but think having a player leading the line for us, who's openly said he doesn't want to be at the club anymore, I can't see that that is good for attacking success. I think we need to move Kane on, but obviously not having him in the side when he's the best striker at the club seems to affect the confidence of the rest of the team as well. It's just very disruptive having a player who doesn't want to be around at the club. It's hard to leave him out, it's hard to play him. Right, Danny Rose has got the ball here, he's working it out wide, he's crossed that in. Was that Mertens or was that Kane? Either way, that's our second clear-cut chance of the game. And Fulham are going to hit us on the break here, and we're going to start regretting some of these. We've had 20 shots. Twice now we could or should have scored. I think they've both fallen to Mertens. But we need to make a change. We can't go on like this. Right, Kane's not having a good game, so let's have him off. I'm going to bring Benteke on. I've actually got my my little Spanish player on there as well as an option. I can't imagine I'm going to use him. He hasn't really set the world alight for us yet. But I am going to bring Robin Van Persie on for Lamela. So let's see if Van Persie and Benteke can have more success than Kane and Lamela had. Should we go attacking? Let's go attacking. Hopefully that's not going to leave us too exposed at the back. But we're at home. We should be beating Fulham. We are reaching that point where draws just aren't good enough anymore. We need to start going up the league. So I think we've got to start gambling a little bit on nicking a goal ourselves and not worrying so much about conceding. I've got confidence that our defence are strong enough to keep Fulham out, he says. But it's all gone quiet again. We're on attacking. We're at home. We've had 22 chances. We're dominating possession. Why are we not doing anything worthy of a highlight? Is this a bug? Or is this just us being useless? Again, let me know in the comments if you've experienced these long games when nothing really is happening. This has got the potential to be 2 live comms in a row that are going to finish 0-0. I'm going to need to start recording every game and just putting the good ones on if we can't rely on goals in a home match against Fulham. I'm just taking Wallace off now because he's exhausted, and I'm going to put Deer in his place, move him up from right back. We've got 10 minutes left. Come on, we need to get a goal here. This is starting to get silly if we have another 0-0. Especially because 0-0 against Man City is very different from 0-0 against Fulham. They're 18th in the league. They've only just come up from the Championship. They're not a good side. They're going to go back down again. And we're at home. And we have got 3 minutes to snatch a goal. Go on, Benteke. Just slot it through for Son. What's he shooting from there for? We are going to potentially get to 500 passes, which is the mark of a really good passing side as far as I'm concerned. And we've kept hold of the ball while we're doing that. We've kept a good pass completion rate as well. We're not just passing for the sake of passing. And we've created 25 shots. The only thing letting us down is the finishing. Rose has got the ball again here. If we can get across in, Benteke will hopefully be able to finish. Witzel, it's come out to him. Rose, one last chance for cross. No, it's back out again. Fulham are defending really well here. Have we got time for one more shot? I don't think we have. If Fulham hit us on the break here, I might just resign before I finish doing this video. No, 0-0. We need to sort out our attack. The amount of money we spent on strikers in the summer, and we just can't score a goal. And sooner or later, the Spurs board are going to lose patience with me. There's 14 games gone now. Yes, we're still only 9 points away from the Champions League. We're only 6 points away from 6th place. But we're in the bottom half of the league and we've lost as many games as we've won. We've nearly drawn as many as that as well. Something has to be done. If you've got any ideas for what I can do to start scoring some goals, do I need to move my midfielders back a little bit further forward again? Should I be going and trying to score goals at the expense of trying to keep clean sheets? Let me know what you think. Thanks very much for watching.